Welcome to Mega Machines. I'm your host, Tony Saragusa. When you see plastic, you think cups. When you see aluminum, you think cans. And when you see steel, you think Mega Machines. We're talking the toughest machines ever made. And I get to go and tackle this monster right here. But before that, let's see what's coming up.
In this hour of Mega Machines, we'll blast off with a launching device you gotta see.
Flip up. You know, it really doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that this is one big Mega Machine.
We'll dig up the dirt on a tremendous tree transplanter.
It's a traffic stopper. People will see just the head or the canopy of the tree moving as if the tree is escaping from the forest.
We'll find a cane munching machine with a sweet tooth for sugar.
It smells almost like candy. Has a kind of a candy scent to it.
We'll hit the highway with a titan of road construction.
It's the largest paver in the world because it can produce more than 1,600 tons per hour of material.
And we'll report to boot camp with a towering tank-tugging device.
People see it, they move. It scares them to death.
All that and much more coming up on Mega Machines. Next.
You've seen our lineup. Now what are we waiting for? Let's get to our first machine.
Leading off Mega Machines, we've got a device that really knows how to light that candle.
Flip up.
This is Sea Launch's Odyssey launch platform. Based in Long Beach, California, the Odyssey is the only ocean-based rocket launcher in the world. Soaring a biosphere-boring 265 feet tall and spanning an area the size of 4 football fields. This 24,000-ton platform can travel at 12 knots to its liquid launch site on the equator. A location offering good weather, calm seas, and the shortest route for a satellite to reach an equatorial orbit. Once there, it can send a 200-foot, million-pound rocket and its 13,000-pound satellite payload, soaring into the sky at speeds upwards of 21,500 miles per hour, reaching space in 5 minutes flat. And it can repeat that process an impressive 7 times a year. Let's face it, this is the only machine with the right stuff when it comes to launching satellites at sea.
Directly behind me is the launch platform. It sits high in the water and it does not look like any vessel you've ever seen before. It kind of has the look of an oil drilling platform, and in fact started its life as an oil drilling platform. But it's kind of got that rough beauty that launch guys really like.
But the Odyssey can't do the job alone. Nope, it needs a little help from this anything but little fella. The 667-foot-long, 50,000-ton Commander. This vessel is not only the location from where the launch is controlled, it's also where the rocket takes shape.
It's called the command ship for various reasons, but primarily that we assemble the rockets on board this vessel down in room 101, which is the main room of this vessel.
I'm here in in the bottom of the Sea Launch Commander, or otherwise known as the Assembly and Command Ship. And in this great big room, we assemble our 200-foot-long Zenit 3SL rocket. So this is the path that the rocket takes, and then when it gets to the very end and it's all assembled, it goes out the back door at the stern end of the ship and gets moved onto the platform. Behind me is the Odyssey launch platform.
Main engine start, command, liftoff.
And it's the only one like it in the world. On each side, these columns rest on a pontoon, so it's really like a catamaran. Each pontoon is the size of a Trident submarine. There are 10 columns on this launch platform. At the launch site, we ballast down 65 feet. And as you can see on one of these columns, there are yellow lines, and the long line is about the level that we go down to.
In preparation to launch a communication satellite, the platform has arrived on site and has sunk its structure to the optimal depth. It's now so stable that with the clock ticking down to liftoff, the Odyssey stays level to within 1 degree of perfectly flat.
3, 2.
At L-5 seconds, the engines intentionally ignite. Thus, you see the smoke and fire out the back of the rocket, and it leaves the pad very quick.
13 UTC.
Yet another satellite safely reaches space. But even though the Odyssey platform has no people aboard at the time of the launch, and is controlled by mission control on board the Commander 3 miles uprange, in this business, a minuscule miscalculation can have massive consequences.
Well, there's a number of things. You have pressurized systems. Any one of those systems can develop a leak or blow up. If you puncture a liquid oxygen tank the size of the ones on the launch platform, it means you got liquid oxygen flowing, and it's bad. Steel gets brittle, steel breaks. By its nature, it's a risky business.
So far, the Odyssey and Commander have sent 14 satellites into space, with dozens more satellites scheduled, all waiting for their shot to soar into the southern sky, courtesy of these state-of-the-art sea monsters.
My 2 choices in the world are to work shuttle or to work sea launch. And I've been given a fortunate opportunity to work sea launch. And God willing, I'll be doing this for many years.